What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. Although the NBA offseason has yet to officially begin, we are hearing a lot of rumors about the Raptors being interested in certain players, the latest being Richaun Holmes. So Evan Massey tweeted out the Raptors are one team to watch in free agency when it comes to Richaun Holmes. They would like to improve in the front court and are very intrigued by him according to his sources. So we know this is not the first time the Raptors have been linked to Richaun Holmes at the NBA trade deadline. We heard some rumors about the Raptors looking to potentially trade for Richaun Holmes, and we know no trade came to fruition. But this is someone we've been hearing a lot of, and even a lot of Raptors fans have expressed their interest in Richaun Holmes and have talked about how the Raptors should pursue Richaun Holmes in free agency. Should the Raptors pursue Richaun Holmes in free agency, and does that make sense for the Raptors? I'll break all of that down in this video today. But before we get into the details of all of that, you know the drill. Give this video a thumbs up as it helps reach more basketball fans like yourself across YouTube. And if you could hit that subscribe button as well for the latest Raptors rumors, news, and you're going to get a lot of draft videos coming up as well. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, that'd be greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's get into today's video. So some of the positive attributes that Richaun Holmes would bring to the Raptors is his scoring. 14.2 points is fairly nice from that center position because the Raptors really lacked any sort of offensive production from their centers last season. And Richaun Holmes is a decent rebounder as well. 8.3 rebounds is pretty good. And he's also shown the ability to protect the rim with his shot blocking. 1.6 blocks is fairly decent. And what I really like about him is his field goal percentage. 63.7% is great from that center position. That would be amazing for the Raptors to have. And throw on top of that he can hit his free throws as well. 79.4% is great from the big man because the Raptors can play him in late game situations and not worry about having your center fouled and not hitting his free throws. So that would be great for the Raptors. He is also a very versatile defender as well. He moves well for the center position. He brings a lot of hustle, a lot of energy. He'd be great in transition with the Raptors. So that is some of the great things he would bring to the Raptors. And I want to take a deeper dive into his statistics. So let's take a look at the next slide here. So for this next slide here, I want you to focus your attention on field goal percentage by distance. As you see there, within 3 feet of the rim, he's hitting about 74.7% of his shots, which is great because it shows that he has the ability to finish around the rim. And as you move further away from the rim, he's shooting a respectable 55% from 3 to 10 feet outside of the rim. And this is a little bit odd, but he's actually hitting more of his shots from the 10 to 16 range feet, 62% as compared to his 3 to 10. And the troubling part starts here because the Raptors, if they do sign him, we have to take into consideration that he is not a floor spacer. He cannot shoot the three-point ball at all. As you see there, his percentages really take a dip as you get past the 16 feet there, 40%. But even when he's shooting his 3 points, he's not a 3-point shooter, so he's not going to space the floor for you. He might congest the paint a little bit. We know Pascal Siakam really likes to drive and get in the paint there, so that is one thing we would have to take into consideration. Another thing we really need to consider when talking about Richaun Holmes and the Raptors potentially signing him is the fact that he is commanding somewhere in the range of $80 million for 4 years. Now, Richaun Holmes is a really nice player, but I personally would not want to pay him $20 million per season. And I say this because when you have a look at the next screen here, these are the centers in the NBA that are making $20+ million now. Outside of Steven Adams, who does not belong in this category, most of these centers are absolute amazing players and make a huge difference to your team. I just don't think Richaun Holmes belongs in this category. I don't think Richaun Holmes deserves $20 million. And even if the Raptors were to bargain, you know there's going to be teams out there like the Hornets who are just going to throw a lot of cash at Richaun Holmes. They do that all the time. They did that with other guys as well. But I want to take a look at some alternate options of if the Raptors do not want to pay Richaun Holmes maybe $20 million. And I want you to have a look at the next screen here because this one of these is Richaun Holmes. The other is someone else. It's a mystery player who I'll tell you in just a second here. But when you compare the statistics, points wise, they're very similar, 14.2 to 11.9. And rebounds as well, 7.6 to 8.3 is not a huge difference. Blocks again, 1.2 to 1.6, and that field goal percentage as well, there's not a huge difference there, 55.6 as compared to 63.7. So who is this mystery player that I am talking about? It is no other than Khem Birch. Yes, Khem Birch, who had an amazing season with the Raptors. And I mentioned this because Khem Birch is a much cheaper option for the Raptors. They could potentially sign Khem Birch Birch for around $7 to $11 million per season, and he will likely give the Raptors a home discount as well. We've seen him play with the Raptors, how well he does, but he's also talked about how great it is to play for a Canadian team. He's a Canadian, so he's definitely going to give the Raptors a home discount. And when you take a look at height-wise here as well, do you really want to pay Richaun Holmes extra, maybe $9 million that you could pay Khem Birch to give you same offensive production? And Khem Birch, as we know, is a great defensive player as well. And he's only an inch taller than Khem Birch. He's giving you 2 extra pounds than Khem Birch, and he's a year younger than Khem Birch. So is he really worth that much extra money from Khem Birch? I don't see that many differences between these two players. Outside of maybe free throw shooting, we know Richaun Holmes is a lot better at. But I think Khem Birch provides a lot of that. And when we're talking about centers in general, I think the Raptors desperately need a 7-foot center who weighs a lot. We saw Robin Lopez, of all players, absolutely torch Khem Birch and Freddie Gillespie in that Washington versus the Raptors game. So Richaun Holmes, as great as he is, he's a great energy guy. I don't think he's worth $20 million. I don't think he solves that issue of being that big man in that paint, bringing some presence. I just don't see him as a huge difference maker. He is a really nice player, but personally, if I were to pay him, I would play him maybe less than $15 million, but we know he's gonna demand the money in free agency. So I do want to hear your thoughts, guys. What do you think? Do you think the Raptors should pay Richaun Holmes $20 million or even $18-19 million? Do you think he's worth it? Do you think the Raptors should go for it and sign Richaun Holmes? Or do you think maybe the Raptors could potentially sign Khem Birch for a lesser deal who gives you very similar production to Richaun Holmes? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. And if you guys are still watching this video, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.